Hello, everyone. My name is Chris, the Batman Statue Collector, and we are here for a very special live reaction show for all of the amazing reveals from Wonder Fest. But before we do that, let's kick off the show. Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back. Like I said, we're doing a little special show tonight, a little get our live reactions to what we've been seeing from multiple companies at Wonder Fest. And if you're not familiar, Wonder Festival is a 2-time-a-year event, and this one is in Shanghai. And I don't know if you guys saw the photos or not, but it looks like it is like wall to wall, like you cannot move in this place. It's crazy. I was actually talking to our friend Leo, and he was there. And he said he tried to do video. It was impossible. Like, it was just so many people. Wow. And I don't know if you saw, like, the queues to even get in the booths. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
It was really crazy. But anyway, we're going to be doing our reactions to all of these. So I have all kinds of stuff to show you from all the different companies tonight. We'll kind of break it down by company, if that's cool with you guys. But I do want to introduce everybody. Of course, we have Mr. Eric B. with us tonight.
Hey, guys. Looking forward to tonight's show.
Glad to have you here, sir. We also have us right down below me here. We have Mr. Jeff Delaney from the Secret Sanctuary on YouTube.
Hi, guys. Can't wait to see everything and talk about it.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited. There's a lot of really awesome product shown at this event. Some kind of new, some stuff we've seen a little bit before, but it's the first time we've really seen on a show floor, which is exciting as well. So, and then last but certainly not least, we also have Mr. Jeff Morris with us tonight.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday to
Wonder
you.
This Fest.
That's right. It is.
That in the Orchid Voodoo, to quote Orchid Voodoo from the chat. Let's wonder this fest.
It's Wonder Fest for the rest of us, or something like that. Festivus for the rest. Yeah. I do have to highlight Jeff's shirt. Look how awesome that is. Batman Who Laughs shirt right there.
I thought I'd wear this since everybody's making one now.
That's right. We're definitely going to be talking about Batman Who Laughs tonight from Queen Studios. I believe Ashley will also join us a little bit late here as well, so we'll get her opinion on some of these pieces as well. I know she has a few opinions definitely on some of the pieces that she saw. Let me say hello to everybody real quick, and then we'll get started with the stuff we have for you guys tonight. So let's see. We've got Superman 122, 12012. Cannot wait for this to go live. Was thinking about taking a nap, but I don't want to miss this. Well, do you think this is better than a nap? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I guess it just depends on the day. But anyway, I'm glad that you're not napping and you're here with us. Josh says he's got his beer and pizza ready to go. That's awesome, Josh. Edwin Diaz in the house. Let's see. Chris and Logan says, ready, Logan and I are excited. My son had me buy the Prime 1 Superman Hush today. Ouch. Nice. Things dads do. That's a great pickup. It's harder to find these days, too. They don't come up very often. So congratulations. That's awesome that you guys are collecting together. That's awesome. Got Ro Moreno here. We got Bats in the Belfry. I saw a video from Shanghai and Collecting Weekly last night and today. So, yeah, and they're still going. They're still tomorrow yet for this event. Do you guys foresee anything new popping up overnight? I just don't know.
Well, Jeff brought it up. Delaney, did we see the Vision bust yet? No, right? Still covered up?
No, yeah, it's covered up in one of the pictures in the background, and I mentioned it to the Queen Studios guys on Facebook, so hopefully they'll unwrap that puppy and show it to us tomorrow.
It's weird. There hasn't been very much videos out there yet. I do have a person in the field, and I can confirm with them that they filmed all of the tours earlier, when it first opened. And so they're going to be giving that to me in the next day or so, depending on their schedule. So there will be some footage on the channel, but I haven't seen very much out there. I think it's just because it's very difficult, and I think they're kind of herding people through pretty quickly because there's so many people. I saw videos of people like rushing the gate, like people trying to get into the building. So again, I think there was a lot of pent up demand for any sort of event like this. So
yeah,
let's see. We've got the corn begins. That says the ground shakes and corn. Thanks for being here. Alfonso Adams says, good night, everybody. Hello to you. We've got Titan Procurement. Anthony Henry. Brotherhood member Ezra in the house. Matt T. Another member. Thank you very much for being here, Matt. Queen Studios brought their A game to this one. Do you guys agree with that?
Yep.
I mean, me personally, I think they're the biggest hit of the show for sure. I'm just.
They had surprises.
They did. They have some surprises, and it's just like, holy crap, where have these guys been? Like, it's like you knew about them, but I think this today is putting them on the map.
Yeah, it's nice to finally see all these pieces like out in the open, so you can get like an idea of just how big and how good they look in person.
Yeah,
and how expensive they are.
Yeah. We'll talk about that as well. Let's talk about that. Daniel Brunson says, good evening, fellow collectors and Rogue Gallery crew. Thank you, Daniel, for being here. I really appreciate it. I also want to thank the 156 people already watching. Thank you very much. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so. And please, for God's sakes, subscribe to Secret Sanctuary, please, if you haven't done that either. Please do that. Yes, thank you. Shutter 350D says hello to everybody. Hello to you. We've got Derek as well. Hello. I just need to know what the price is for the 1/6 Catwoman will be. Don't have a price point yet, but that seems like it's going to be a pretty popular option, I would say.
Wouldn't you think it might be about the same as the Batman? The 1/6 Batman?
Who did it?
Aren't you talking about the XM?
No, I think they're talking about the
Queen Studios.
Queen Studios 1/6.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
On the Bat Pod.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking $9.95.
I'm thinking cheaper than that.
Really?
I mean, like that right there. That was $1,000 right there for that Batmobile, 1/10 scale.
If 1/3 is 3,000, I was thinking 1/6 might be one, but I could be wrong.
I am also currently, and we're going to talk a lot about Catwoman tonight, but I am trying to find out from Queen Studios right now if they're going to do a sculpted hair version.
It's a good question.
I think that will really lower the price point if they do, but I have heard nothing. But I am trying to find out for you guys for sure.
I wonder if the sculpted hair version is the 1/6.
Well, I mean that they said it is. They said it will be. They specifically said sculpted, but I can't imagine them not doing a sculpted in 1/3 as well, just like they've done with all of their other sculpts.
Yeah.
Nocturnal statue review in the house. Chris is taking longer because he's pre-ordering him. Give him a minute, guys. Now, I will say this, that there is a 65% chance or higher that I will be pre-ordering something live on this show tonight.
Wow.
It depends on if these four gentlemen talk me out of it or not.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not going to happen.
So I have the website. I have the website queued up. I have the item in my cart, and I've been debating over the last 2 days whether to hit the buy button or not. So we're going to wait and see if I actually buy it tonight. So if you want me to buy something live on this channel tonight, hit the thumbs up button, guys. We've got Orchid Voodoo. Let's see. We've got Emperor Zergi in the house. Wallace Berry, another Brotherhood member. Thank you for being here, Wallace. Shutter says, hoping this live reaction show will help me narrow down the long list I've made from the initial reveals from Wonderfest Shanghai. There's so many reveals. There's so many things that I really like, but thank God I don't want to buy. Like that's, it's like, that's always a good feeling. I always say you can appreciate it from afar. Borg Cube 1 of 2, another Brotherhood member. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Sebastian is here. We've got Joe here. Davis in the house. Thanks for doing this. Hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Rodri says, greetings from South America. Thank you for being here. After the disappointment of E3, I'm excited for Wonderfest. Yeah, it's just, again, isn't it awesome just to see a real event?
Yeah, it really is.
Lynn Hansen is in the house. We've got Jonathan. Man, let's see. Dark Ranger 7 in the house. How's it going? Let the drooling begin. Absolutely. Ben says hello. What's up, Chris, Eric, and both Jeffs? Thank you for being here, Ben. David in the house. Thank you for being here. The corn begins. That's right. Eric B is in the house. Well, I know that guy. Philip A. We got Mojo Collectibles. Let's see. Russell Gunn. Titan Procurement. Let's see. Thanks for showing off the Queen Studios Batman Who Laughs photos. Convinced me to get the Queen one over the XM and the Sideshow. I just wasn't feeling the XM piece at all. I think the XM piece is going to grow on a lot of people, to be honest. I'm going to refer to our resident expert here tonight, Mr. Eric, because I know that that's a piece that he is definitely considering. Slim Boss in the house. Hello. Nathan. Master Killer 666. Yeah, I kind of thought that they would show Zatanna at the show, but I don't. Maybe she's not printed yet. Let's see. Lynn Hansen. I think we said hello to Lynn. Make sure I don't. Josh B in the house. Daniel from China. Hey, welcome to the show. We've been waiting anxiously for this. What's everyone excited about? Lots of things to talk about tonight. Naomi. Mark in the house. Captain Trenchcoat. Yes, I did see the teaser. Yeah, Wonder Woman's coming. I don't know. Delaney, I haven't seen anything about her from Chad. I don't know. Have you seen anything recently?
No, not really that I can talk about.
Okay. All right. Sounds like you might know more than I do on that one. I think Chad keeps me filled in on all the villains, and
Yeah.
Jedi Joker in the house. We got Dax from Southern California, not too far from Mr. Delaney.
Yep.
Are you the guy who did the Heath Ledger impression? No. You want to know how I got these scars? No, I don't know. No. Joe Latore the second. Wait till you guys see the back of the Queen Studios Batman Who Laughs. Yeah, that's a great photo we're going to be looking at here. It's really creative. Let's see. El Loco. Daniel in the house. Matt saying, I'm guessing the 1/6 bat pod will be around 1,500.
Could be.
It could be.
It looks so small compared to the 1/3.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
But again, that Batmobile is one. I just can't imagine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'll get through this list here. Steven is in the house. Queen Studio said on Facebook the 1/6 Catwoman will have rubber hair. Huh.
It may be PVC or something. I can see that.
I can see that. Kickback in the house. Red in the house. Hello to you. You got the Pimricas. Sir Double Ches. Hello. Let's see. We got Jeff Gerard in the house. Hey, Jeff. Nice to see you on the show. J. Rob from Detroit Rock City. I love it. My favorite Kiss songs.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew says Queen Studios definitely stole the show. I think they did. I just need the price on that life-size Hulkbuster. I really don't know if that's for sale, but if it is, it's crazy.
It's not.
We've got the crazy man himself, Sick Mansion Collectibles in the house. Welcome, sir. Nicholas Capolte says hello. Hey guys, Secret Sanctuary knows something about the upcoming Tweeterhead Wonder Woman. I think he confirmed he knows a little bit of private information, but his lips are sealed tonight. Let's see. Adam is in the house. Daniel. John is here. All right. Well, we won't keep you guys waiting too long tonight. Let's kind of look at some of the things that we've seen this weekend. So I've got 4 companies on queue here, guys. I've got Queen Studios. I've got Prime One Studio. I have XM Studios. And who else do I have? Let's see. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Iron Studios. Who do you want to start with first tonight?
Let's start with Iron Studios.
Okay.
I've seen maybe 5 pictures of what they showed.
We'll start with them. They didn't have a ton, but I will show what I have here. And we'll go from there. All right, you seeing that as the full screen now? Okay. So this was one that we had seen a while back. It feels really blown out, but what do you guys think about seeing this on the display floor? Did you guys see this one?
No, I've been off and on Facebook today, so
I've seen that one. It looks pretty cool, but that's 1/10, right?
No, this was their bigger one.
Okay.
Was it 1/5? I can't remember.
It might be 1/5. I don't feel like this is getting a very good reception from fans.
Yeah, I sometimes feel like whenever they have the light below in the stand like this, it blows it out. So it's really
that's what I'm thinking.
It's overexposed.
You've got some seam lines here a little bit that I noticed with the mud, and I don't know if that. I don't know. It's okay. I don't know really there's a footprint here too, so I don't know if something's missing. Right there, I noticed.
It kind of looks like a prototype.
And this piece was pretty pricey, if I remember right, too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if we get some better photos. Again, sometimes with these conventions, they're not always the greatest initially. We've got some really great ones from our friend Leo that sent some to us today. But I remember seeing the initial image of this, and I thought, man, it looks really awesome. But I'm just not so sure now. I'm not positive.
Even that looks better. It's a little less exposed.
Yeah.
I think it's just the lighting's really bad on this.
Yeah.
They're saying 1/6 in the chat.
1/6. Okay, 1/6.
They're saying 600.
Yeah, I think in
600.
regular ring lighting that could look okay if it's polished up a little.
Yeah, it's got great detail. All the bloody stuff, and obviously having the mutant down below is really fun. So that's. I mean, it's a cool piece, but I just think that the photos are not great.
Yeah.
They also announced this was first seen at the show. This is a brand new from the Black Widow movie. This is a 1/10 scale right here that we're looking at. But I do think that the portrait's really good. For 1/10.
She looks very young.
Yeah.
She looks young. You said young.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know they go back in time. They it's her origin basically, at least a part of her origin. But that's the promo photo they did, and then this is again it's very blown out. But
I think it's that where it's sitting has light, and I bet it's lit from above.
It looks like the bottom is all there's just like a strong light from the bottom.
Yeah, they have one of those clear panel, which looks nice, but I just don't know in photos. It just tends to not. But really good detail here on this 1/10 scale, I thought. And again, I think the likeness is really, really good.
I'm not sure that a beat up filing cabinet is the most exciting base, but
I got some bullet holes, I think. But filing cabinet is pretty funny. Although that's still more exciting. Who did it a couple years ago where they had the Black Widow with the clear cubes?
Gentle Giant.
Yeah, Gentle Giant. I had that piece, and I'm like, man, it would be neat if they did something with this base. But
that had a great likeness, didn't it?
Oh, it did. I loved it. I thought it was really well done. And that was kind of the first company I remember doing her justice. Like I know they had the Sideshow premium format, but it was like I never thought that first version was all that great. But anyway, this I actually was really impressed. This is their Joker 1/10 scale. I feel like it never photographed very well, but seeing it blown up a little bit, I think the likeness is better than the photos. I don't know if you guys saw this one or not. Again, it's 1/10, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He looks old.
What'd you say?
He looks old.
Yeah, he looks very tired.
When you have lighting coming up from the bottom, it creates like these dramatic effects. So it's just going to ruin every photo coming. This is just Iron Studios that did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And like I have not, other than whoever took this photo, thank you. No offense, but I've not seen any other photos, even from them. I figured they would take some photos of their own booth, to capture the light better. But I've not seen anything from them at all. So again, this is the first day, but other companies have really been taking photos really well. And but anyway, I was we have
a question. Do we know a price on this?
I can look it up real quick. It's on the Sideshow website. Let me just take a peek real quick.
Dark Ranger 7 was asking.
Dark Ranger. Okay. Let me look it up real quick here.
I mean, they have a good history of, producing good pieces in 1/10 scale. So I'm sure, everything we're seeing so far will look good once,
Yeah, I think so too. And the 1/10 scale stuff has been very popular.
They're impressive in person, the ones I've seen.
Yeah.
And, I have the 1/10 scale Batmobile, and again, it's very impressive. Okay, this one we're looking at here is 170. And it doesn't have the base in here, but again, I just feel like it really looks a lot better here than it does in the professional photos. I don't think it looks like Joker that much to me. But I do think this looks more like Ledger to me. So anyway, I was impressed with these photos at least. They also have this one on display. This one we've seen before. This is the Mandalorian, and I believe this is a quarter scale, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one that disappeared from every website for several months and is now magically reappearing.
There it is. I think it looks great.
Yeah, looks good.
I really like the Stormtrooper helmet and the way Grogu's floating. I think that's really nice. I mean, I know everybody's kind of doing the same pose, but I do think it looks good.
I do like the way Sideshow did it on the cape. It has more of an actual hover. Yeah,
this looks like it's sitting on. This looks like it's sitting on that.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree, Jeff. And I think Sideshow, and just in my opinion, I think the texturing will be better on Sideshows. I think their piece looked really good, but I think this looks good too. This is the Penguin, again, very overexposed, but I thought that the water was interesting. I didn't notice it had any sort of clear transparency in all of the promo.
That water was a weird color anyway.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't remember it being like a green color in the movie at all, but I don't know if maybe it's almost like they have a light in it. I don't know if it has an LED light up on this one.
The duck has
that base.
That's supposed to be there though.
I don't know. But again, that's a 10 scale there.
It looks good.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's still cool.
I'd love to see that in a bigger scale.
Like I said, I wanted a bigger duck. I wanted the full size duck with him riding in it. I think that would have been awesome. But whatever. They didn't ask me my opinion for some reason. This is I don't remember seeing this one before. This is another 10 scale Captain America.
They're doing Captain America, Thick Thor, and Iron Man Mark 85 from the end of Endgame in 1/10.
Okay, so here's the cap.
I've seen some pictures of these. They look cool.
Yeah, I think they're fun. They're dynamic. There's the Thor.
The proportions on Cap look really strange from that photo.
What are you seeing?
I don't know. It just looks odd.
Just like the way he's.
I think it's just the angle. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like his bottom half doesn't look like it's as long as it should be.
Looks like a bobble.
They showed them on their Facebook page, and they were.
Yeah, I think it's
like back to back in the display they were showing in the video, and they looked better. They looked a little bit more dynamic than the ones they did previously.
Okay. Well, that'll be good. I think the texturing looks really good here. The likeness looks really good. There's the face sculpt on that. So, but I do think that's definitely more dynamic. And then here is the, I thought I had the Iron Man. The Iron Man's coming up here, but this is another one from the Black Widow movie.
Black Widow. When's that coming out?
That looks good.
It's
July.
Yeah.
Okay.
July.
The beginning of July, I think.
Yeah.
And this is the guy, I can't think of his name, but from Stranger Things.
Guardian.
Yeah.
David Harbour.
Yep,
yeah. But I thought that was a cool looking piece.
Yeah, he's got filing cabinets too.
Man, they must be really raiding the filing cabinets in that movie. That's the whole plot. They have to go, destroy some filing cabinets in the film.
Maybe they got hired as temps in the wrong outfit.
This is, I believe, the villain from the film,
Taskmaster.
We saw a premium format of that from
Is he on a filing cabinet too?
Oh my gosh, it is.
Oh my god!
Wow, that is an interesting art concept there. Let's just put filing.
I want to work there.
That's the back of their accountant. It's like, oh great, another filing cabinet destroyed.
I want Batman on a filing cabinet.
It's the new version of the Sentinel bases. They're all the cabinet bases now.
It's the new Captain Morgan pose, but it's just it's all filing cabinets. God, that's hilarious.
Did they do the other the character, the other widow?
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot to download that photo, but yes, they are doing that other female. Yeah, the other female character. It didn't look all that wowing to me. It looked okay. But again, if you're a big fan of the movie or a big fan of Black Widow, that might be one you want to pick up. This is the other one that Jeff was talking about. What suit is this again, Jeff?
The 85. The last suit.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. And the bases
that they showed on their Facebook page were much better because the colors were more rich. I think it's just, they're the victim of some bad lighting.
Yeah, I agree. But look at the weathering on these.
Yeah.
I think that looks really good. So that would be a neat one to pick up if you're an Iron Man fan on 1/10.
Yeah,
I do like the bases look good. They look similar. We'll move on to General Grievous. This was another really big piece. This one is 1/10 as well. And they also I didn't get a photo of it, but you can see that they have the Jabba the Hutt on display back there as well. You can see his tail, and I think that's a neat piece. But again, that's 1/10. They also had the quarter scale Black Widow. Do these photos change your mind? Some people kind of were ho-hum about this piece, but I still think the likeness looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It's better than the 1/10.
It's just not the Black Widow I want.
No.
This is Iron Man 2, right? Black Widow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want Civil War Black Widow.
With the blonde hair?
Which, it was real straight hair and...
Yeah.
That's from Winter Soldier.
Okay, I want the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Where it's like super straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a great look in that. I like that look as well.
Yeah, that movie poster with her is the best image of Black Widow I've ever seen.
I have a Harry Potter piece here. This is 1/10 scale, and I'd imagine this is a pretty sizable piece with the wingspan.
Yeah.
But I did want to throw that in. Yeah, I think it's neat.
That Voldemort looks cool.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the price point on him?
$1,000.
$1,000 for a quarter scale.
Well, it's a Dio though.
That's true. It does have the Nagini.
Ashley is trying to get in.
Oh, she's trying to get in. All right.
So
sorry.
It says, are you able to see me?
Ta-da!
No, there she is.
Hi, guys.
Freshly from the haircut place. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. I saw photos of hair on the floor today.
I'm so happy. Love Ian and Kaylee. Congratulations. But I've been waiting 2.5 years to do this.
There you go. There you go. Well, welcome to the short hair, Ashley. We're glad to have you here. And glad you are you back home?
I am back home. I am safe and giving my dog a lot of torment. It's fun.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you back. Sorry, we're about almost done with the Iron Studios, but that's as far as we've got. So we're going to get right back into it, okay?
Cool.
All right. Let's see. There we go. All right. So we got to Quicksilver right there, or the Flash clone, as we like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
From Sideshow, but I still think it looks pretty good. I don't love that.
Oh, look at that.
That's pretty rough.
He runs so fast, you'll never see that.
That's right. He's just a blur.
Yeah.
It's a good point, Mr. Delaney.
And that's 1/10, right?
That's 1/10, yeah. But even at 1/10, come on. I don't understand.
You could see it from here, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure you could see it from the moon.
Just squint, Chris. Just squint.
Yeah, just squint and make sure he's moving by quick. Or just like, spin him around like this. Whee!
Yeah.
Then they also had the black suit Superman on display.
I like that. Yeah, it looks good.
I think it's pretty fun. I like the stylized base. Looks kind of cool.
Okay.
So anyway, that's Iron Studios.
Cool.
Not a lot new other than that new premiere. That like this one, like I said, this one is a show premiere. So congratulations, anybody excited about that?
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I guess it's a braided ponytail, but it's just.
Well, the thing is, like, this is braided, and then the next one I showed you, I feel like it looked different. So maybe.
Yeah, that looks different.
Like this one's got her hair down, so maybe it's like you get two different portraits, maybe.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of her. I'm not a fan of her face in that.
Jeff thought she looked kind of young in it.
It doesn't look anything like Scarlett Johansson, if that's what they're going with.
Oh, you don't think so? I think it looks just like her.
But it's 10 scale.
To be that tiny, that's pretty close because a lot of quarter scale has not even come that close.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, I think it looks just like her, especially in 10 scale. I'm pretty impressed.
I think she looks like she's 17 years old right there.
Yeah.
But again, like they do go back in time when she's under her training, so that might be appropriate for.
The filing cabinets are really well done. They look filing cabinets.
Really good.
We've been talking about every single one of these bases has a filing cabinet on it. We thought that's pretty funny.
Maybe she wants to peek through a file. You don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty funny.
It's a spy.
All right, let's see. I think it was Jeff that picked Iron Studios first. Eric, why don't you pick the next one?
Okay.
Prime, Queen, or XM?
Yeah, we saved the biggest collection for last. Let's do Prime.
All right, let's do Prime next. Got to see a lot here from Prime One Studio. This is the one I'm most excited about. I think I absolutely love this thing. This is the first time it's ever been outside of professional photos from their studio. Like I've never seen anything of this on display ever. And so this was a piece that at first I was very ho-hum about, but now I'm like incredibly excited about this one. They didn't spend a lot of time doing the money on the base, unfortunately, but it kind of looks like a jumbled mess. But are you guys loving this thing as much as I am? I think it looks phenomenal.
It looks great.
It looks better to me than I thought the other pictures did in the beginning.
And this is sculpted hair.
Yeah. When these all came out, Prime, Queen Studios, and what was the other one?
J&D.
Yeah, J&D. This was my favorite, and I think it just looks even better right now.
This is also, it's got the movable eyes, so you can shift the eyes. And it is tailored suit. And this one, I believe, was with Blitzway. So I was kind of surprised it wasn't at the Blitzway booth.
So this is the same sculptor that has done the Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Was it K.A. Kim?
Yes.
You pre-ordered this, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah. I pre-ordered this one the first day I could. And this is 1/3 scale. If anybody's keeping track at home. And I just cannot wait to own this. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I will buy it.
It's going to be really good.
I do too. I think, especially once people start getting it in hand, I think it'll be a quick sellout. I think, it just looks so good.
That hair is kind of insane.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's plastic. It's got to be. Because, Jeff, you said a lot of times the Blitzway heads are plastic anyway, or PVC.
Yeah, they're PVC.
So,
but anyway, it looks that good.
Yeah, if it looks that good, who cares? You're exactly right. So anyway, I'm very excited. That was the best of show for me. Let's move on to look at some of the other pieces. I was hoping Dan could be here tonight. He has more baseball things tonight, but I think this Harley is also one that I've pre-ordered, and I think she looks really great here overall. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this one?
I think it's great. I'm not as much a fan of that particular portrait.
Yeah.
That's a really severe wink.
Yes, it is. There's a much more sultry
portrait.
Yeah, there's a much more sultry portrait I think most people like, and I was kind of surprised they didn't put that on her for the show.
Yeah.
Or at least swap it out here and there. But this was one of the accessories you get, and then again, I think this is going to be a very popular piece. I think once it starts shipping.
I actually like that portrait. It's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I know I'm different.
I just think it's going to be a very fun piece. Again, I'm narrowing down my Arkham collection, but I think this is one of the best Harleys done to date.
Yeah.
Is she from something in particular?
Arkham City.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did the Arkham Knight piece that I used to have. But this is the Arkham City suit. Very similar to the Arkham Knight. The Arkham Knight added the tutu.
Yeah.
But I did sell that piece because I knew that she was coming. So anyway, I think that looks really good. Seeing her on display. They also had the brand new Linda Carter Wonder Woman. Jeff, what do you think about some of these updated photos? Are you more convinced now, or you still think it's pretty off?
I'm having a hard time with this one. Like a lot of people, that short video that came out that K.A. Kim posted on Facebook,
yes,
looked a lot better than these photos. The paint looked better. I still think that the neck appears to be a bit long. The face, I would say, is like 85% there.
Yeah.
But my experience with K.A. Kim is that she continues to work on portraits even after pre-orders start. So I could see this being tweaked even further. It's one of those pieces I keep coming back to. I have pre-ordered 4 pieces from Queen Studios that are all they're all movie pieces. And so it's tempting for me to buy this one as well, but it's a different scale than the others. So that's frustrating. So I'm not, and I you know what? I hate the price. $1,300 is just too much for what you're getting here. It's the same price as the Grim Knight exclusive. That makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
That piece is giant compared to this with a way more elaborate base.
You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think that they had to pay a licensing fee for her.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they pay a licensing fee for everything.
I mean specifically for an actor likeness. I wonder if that's what increased the cost. Because this should be $950.
But my response to that is we've had 2 Linda Carter pieces from Tweeterhead, and they were not more expensive than the other Tweeterhead pieces coming out at that time. They were $249. So maybe you're right, but I don't know. Regardless of that, it seems like an awful lot of money for a piece that I think it's 27 inches tall.
Yep.
It's 1 inch taller than the new Bane. It's 1 inch taller than the last Superman PF, and it's twice the price.
Yeah. And I was grasping for straws. I think you're exactly right. I think that it's just like other companies have done her for a very affordable price. I do think this is a beautiful statue, but yeah, I agree. I feel like it should have been maybe $950, maybe $975.
Yeah.
But I know those prices are days of yesteryear. So
I'm tempted. I have to admit I'm tempted, but I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
I really liked it with the cape.
Yeah.
I think that's you're paying more because of the sculpture.
Yeah, I was thinking that just too. Yeah,
it could be.
She's kind of legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been putting out hit after hit. Yeah.
She's also really, really nice when you talk to her. She's a very pleasant person.
That's awesome. I'd love to meet her someday.
Yeah.
This was Jon Snow. This piece is incredible. We saw this just revealed recently at the Next Level event. Of course, Game of Thrones does feature a fabric cape, but really great likeness.
It's fantastic.
It is. That's awesome.
Look at this picture here. Look at the size of the throne.
Wow. That's a manhole cover right there.
Yeah. I mean, really, I figured it would be, sizable, but I'm like, oh my God, look at that. That is.
So this is a collaboration with Blitzway as well.
That's awesome. I guess
that
would explain
their booth too.
It makes sense because they did Daenerys together. So yeah.
Yes. So this would look great with that other Game of Thrones piece. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, it's just really incredible.
It looks like this guy's trying to steal it.
That's right. Good luck. He's like, I brought my backpack. It's not going to fit.
Not going to get far.
Yeah, not going to fit. I think that's a Night Fury maybe backpack, or I can't tell. It looks like a How to Train Your Dragon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's toothless.
Yes. This one we were talking about a little bit in the group today. I know Dan mentioned that he's a little bit worried about this cape. But just look how badass this thing looks. Like, look at that.
Yay!
Yeah. It's a great photo from our friend Leo, who took, again, these amazing photos here. I'm still very excited about this piece, but yeah, it's going to be a space eater.
But it's pretty.
It is pretty.
I'm going to be a little contrary just because that's my nature.
All right.
I think the Batman figure is phenomenal. And I know I've said it before, but I think the rooftop just looks too small in comparison to him. And it looks a little bit like a giant Batman on top of a building. And that bothers me a little bit about this piece.
Some people have said this is like a dollhouse. And I totally understand that. I think, again, what they've tried to do here is force perspective, which is based on the cover. I think that if they would have done the roof full size, it would have made the base a lot bigger. But I do agree that you have to suspend your belief a little bit. It's definitely art, artistic. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it to me, it is forced perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But it really comes down to if you can handle that or not. If you don't like it, get the one Batman versus the Joker.
No, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade. I think it's one of the best Batman sculpts I've seen. I think it's really cool.
There's a little bit better perspective there, kind of the top of that roof line. It looks like a shrunk down house. And I don't know exactly to stay true to the art. Maybe that's where they should have taken some artistic license and done something a little different. But I'm still very excited to own this one. I think it's fantastic. There has been rumblings in my brain to cancel this one if I am going to get the Batman versus Joker. Like, do I need both?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm still, toiling with that, but I still love it. I think it's fantastic. And it's Jason Fabok, so it's just a really cool piece. Again, really great pictures.
I'm excited.
They are.
Yeah. And that's, what's crazy is that's not even my favorite portrait. I love the fact that there's swap outs to it. I mean, don't get me wrong, classic yellow, black Batman, great, fantastic. But the one I love is the bigger bat symbol where he's turning his head and he looks like he's pissed off. Yeah. So it's like, I like that look because it just seems to go a little bit better with the ensemble. This is great. Don't get me wrong, but the second that I saw the swap outs, they had me. So
the swap outs are phenomenal. And yeah, they're all good. I mean, that's the great thing is you can select and change it out however you want, which is really great. A lot of times I feel like, there's certain statues where you have to display it at a certain angle. This one you can, no matter where you have it in your collection, even if you have it in a corner, you can, have him looking left or right, up or down. Pretty great.
Yeah, I like that one because where he's looking down, because it makes more sense because he's on a rooftop if he'd be looking down. But if you display him up high, the cape is so tall. Like where I was originally thinking about picking this up, that the cape was going to hit my ceiling, and I was like, I don't know if I can even display him high up in the air. So that's a good.
That's a good point. The down look is based on the art. Like the actual cover has him looking down. So again, they did take some artistic license with this one because, obviously added some of their head sculpts. Look how pretty this one is. This one's really beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
I'm having a problem with this one too.
all right. Let's hit it with us.
I love this piece, but I don't know why they feel like they have to continue this Art Germ 1/3 cloud base thing.
Yeah,
the base just looks crappy on this piece.
Yeah,
it brings it down to me. But every time I see that face, I'm like, man, how am I going to pass this up? And it's the price isn't terrible. I think it's $10.99, so that's high, but it's what you expect from a 1/3 piece these days. But boy, that base is like ho hum.
See, I kind of like it. I don't know. I feel like in the past when they do those white cloud bases, it just looks cheap and there's like no texture or it's. I mean, it's definitely more grayish looking, but clouds come in different colors, so it's. Is that what's supposed to be clouds? I mean,
no, I think it's rock.
That's smoke, right?
Yeah, because you got rocks coming out of it.
It's the smoke coming off the rock exploding.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
that kind of that ash, that you would get, is what I think that they're going for there. But I do think Jeff's still correct that they're trying to tie it into the other bases to give it a similar look. But yeah, absolutely beautiful piece. Now, wait, Jeff, just buy it and throw a black cloth around the base.
or do what a friend of mine does with Prime 1 statues. If he doesn't like something, he'll just paint it black.
Oh,
there you go. Well,
look at that, though. That's just a beautiful.
Yeah.
She's
Jeff,
gorgeous.
what would you like to see? Something more like the 1/3 Superman? Not Superman, Supergirl that they did with the cloud base?
No, I don't want a cloud base. I don't know, something better. I don't have a good alternative. But if I had all these Art Germ pieces and all the bases look like that, it would get old real quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. She is absolutely beautiful, for sure.
Yeah.
This is the Injustice Wonder Woman, correct? Just Art Germ. Just Art Germ. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Cover he did.
Just Art Germ.
Rebirth cover.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Where she was just floating on a white, cover. There was no background. It was just a white cover.
That's right. Actually,
I know there was a DC logo on the bottom. She was like standing on a DC logo. So.
This is the Jim Lee Hush Nightwing. I still really like this one a lot. I doubt I would buy it just because of the space, but I do really like it a lot. I think it really captures Jim Lee's style. Not everybody likes the cross hatching. They have done that in the suit. It does continue on the same effect that they've done with the other pieces, but definitely a tall piece.
It's pretty cool. I think. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's just I don't like his hair. It's very anime-ish.
There is a second portrait that's a little bit different. His hair isn't quite as fluffy.
But it looks like it did, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's very true to the comic.
Yeah.
Very true. I think this one would also look really good if you collected Arkham, like the Arkham base. It looks very like an Arkham base to me. But anyway, I still think that one looks awesome. Not a lot of photos of this guy, but they are showing the half scale Batman. And I think he just looks okay. Again, just very museum pose. What do you guys think?
It's kind of boring. But, that's me. Almost looks like an action figure, like.
To be honest, I thought it was a guy cosplaying and that showed up to the convention.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good sign. We'll move on from him. Let's look at this guy. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
This is that Justice Buster on display for the first time. Looks really impressive in the convention floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is going to be popular.
Yeah, so many people have messaged me and talked to me about this piece. I don't personally have any connection to it at all, but I know there's a lot of people that really are excited about it. Just people that like Hulkbuster in general. They wanted something like this to to go in their collection as well.
They didn't have the Batman on display, did they? That goes with this?
They do. I have a picture of him too.
Okay.
And that's something, again, you could buy separately.
That looks cool.
Yeah, colors look good. I really like the grays and the little bit of gold. We had a few photos of the Merciless. I thought he looked really good, of course, from Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Really like the color of blue they chose. I think it looks really good.
The chainmail looks great.
Yeah, really great detail. So much detail throughout the armor. But I did think he looked really good. I really liked his colors better here than what we saw in the promotional photos.
I question the demand for that, though.
I can't imagine it being very high.
It's on wait list at Sideshow.
Oh, well, maybe I stand corrected.
The other two were still available.
I think Dark Knight's Metal is more popular than I let on, or that I understand. I don't know. This one I really like. This one has that, that kind of that retro Batmobile look with the black and red on the bats.
Yeah.
All the skulls.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I just think it looks phenomenal in the show lighting here. Again, thanks to Leo. Leo is the man. He is such an awesome photographer.
Yeah, this is so dynamic. It's like what they did with the new 52 Flash, where he's shooting from the side. It's crazy how he stands up like that.
That's a good point. It looks good. There's a little bit, not quite as good of a photo, but a close-up of him.
But it shows the different reds going on. So
yeah, there's some it almost looks like a maroon underneath, shinier on top, and a chrome on the head. Really pretty paint job.
This would make a good collection.
Yeah, you can just really see there. You can really see the color separation.
I like the skull. Adds a nice touch. Yeah. It's really cool.
I think it's the best base of all the Dark Knight's Metal, maybe except for the Dark Batman Who Laughs, but it's still
awesome. Cool sculpt, and it's painted nice too.
Yeah.
Then they also had, gosh, I can't think of his name. It's escaping me right now. But anyway, they had him on display as well.
Batman Elvis? Is that what you're
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Try some peanut butter and banana sandwiches,
Let's call him Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Lantern Light. But again, the colors look really great. It's going to have that chrome.
Yeah.
That really nice paint work on him. You even got I cannot think of his name. Darn it. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows.
Yeah, I don't have their names memorized.
Yeah, neither do I.
That's not a good sign. None of us know the name.
I know.
I just know Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah. But I think it is pretty.
Good night.
I mean, I like
the other one was the Red Death.
Red Death.
Yeah, you're a death.
Drowned is the other,
Drowned.
Drowned. Dawnbreaker.
Thank you.
Dawnbreaker. Thank you. Anthony Henry. Thank you.
Anthony Henry, you are the man. Thank you.
I like the other portrait.
You like the other portrait?
I do.
It's the more human. Look at the hands coming off the base. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
I like the construct, but I kind of like this one because it looks more evil to me. I like more evil things, so it's it does look cool. Again, I just don't know the character.
I think he looks like this because he becomes so corrupted that he's becomes more and more disfigured.
Because he's Bruce Wayne, right?
Yeah.
But he's cool. I like him.
Do you remember the old movie, The Portrait of Dorian Gray?
Yeah.
That's kind of what that reminds me of.
There you go. They did have some Transformers on display as well. This is that new, was it Jetfire Optimus? They showed it Next Level event. I think it looks pretty amazing. Again, these are big pieces.
Tons of details.
Yeah, look at that. Let me just look at that.
That's nuts.
Wow.
It's just nuts. It's just crazy that somebody is able to not only construct this, but then also to paint it.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few unboxings of these Transformer pieces, and they come in like hundreds of parts that you have to put together.
Yeah, you have to be patient to buy these things. It's crazy.
Like building a Lego.
I love this one. I think it looks really great.
That's
what
cool.
is that?
The Megatron.
Is that a Megatron? Wow.
This is
That's
after he's like hurt, and he's in exile or whatever. I love the way he looks.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. Can't think of the name of this one. This one's got the helicopter blades. But again, look at that detail. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's like a Star Wars model kit
from
back in the day. It's just crazy. Anyway, I don't know how many people that follow the channel likes Transformers, but this is that Batman, Eric, that you were talking about.
Yeah, curious to see the size of him, like next to something else.
Great price point on this one. Again, this is technically it is quarter scale. They showed him next to some other quarter scale pieces, and he is quarter scale.
Okay.
But I think he looks really great as a standalone.
Yeah.
What was the price again?
$7 something, I think.
Yeah, I love that suit.
Yeah.
Let me
That
look
looks
again.
pretty good.
You remember what this one's called? I can't.
You have to look on the Justice Buster, and it's.
Let me look real quick. Because here it is. It pulled right up. It is $649.
That's not
bad.
That's not too bad. It's a little bit more than I remembered, but for quarter scale, I think it's got a lot of detail.
It does.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that looks great. Oh, look at this thing. How much was this? $6,000?
In the ballpark.
If I remember right. So they did have this on display. Of course, they did show it at the Next Level event that from a few weeks back.
Yeah, I've seen this from different angles. This thing is massive. Just even the buildings in the background is just, I don't know. It's humongous.
It is just the craziest diorama I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's just crazy. Museum quality for sure.
You gotta have a lot of room.
To
be able to display that.
Yeah, you have to be a massive fan of these movies and have a couple dining room tables.
Yeah. And they do sell them separate, so if you want it separate, I guess you don't need so much room.
That's right. Alita from Prime 1. I think this one looks really great in person.
It does look cool.
Is that full size?
It is quarter, I think.
I think it's quarter, but it's pretty big.
It looks enormous.
Yeah, but I really like how 3D they made it. Like the way that they curved it, like it looks like she's coming right at you.
Yeah.
And I think they really did a great job. I don't know if this lights up or not. It looks like it might. Because that looks maybe a little bit translucent. I can't tell.
That's cool.
But yeah, it looks really great. And she looks really great. So if you're a Alita fan, man, that's a great piece to have added. All right, this one I think is coming home to Ashley, right?
Yes, I'm so happy.
Grim Knight here, and they actually did show him with the weapons, which I was kind of surprised.
I just hope it doesn't get canceled.
I don't think it'll be canceled. I think this one's been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
The only issue that I don't have an issue with it, but I know the second that it comes home, Bryce is going to start complaining about it. I mean, we kind of talked about it in the group about
accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice had they actually done some research on the weapons. I do agree with him on that, especially like with the angle of the sword and the knives and the blades. Because like if you're pulling out a knife or something, you're not putting it to your neck. You're taking it out. So you make some solid points with that. But other than that, I mean, I think it looks fantastic. I love it. And I already have an idea and space where to put it. So, yay.
That's awesome. Again, it's got all the nice chains. Jeff, do you have your chains on your Batman Who Laughs yet?
Nope.
New in the box.
Still, yep, that's right. So anyway, I thought he looked really good on display. Here's all the Transformers lined up, just to give you an idea. Massive pieces.
Yeah.
That looked good.
This
Had
is
a
cool.
this is Witcher, right?
Witcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Witcher.
That's cool.
This is their newest one with the heads. I think it looks really good. I like the feathers.
Yeah.
Really cool. These have been very popular.
Henry Cavill did an amazing job in that show.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's really good. It's really, really well done. I don't know if they came out with the second one, the second season yet, but the way that it ended was very well done. I was very impressed. He did a phenomenal job.
I have to check it out. Did they extend it for another season, or is it canceled now?
No, I thought I heard something about a second season. I don't know if they started working on it or not. I just know that the first one was a hit.
It's coming out this year.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is another Lord of the Rings piece. This is like a diorama, so it's not massive. I mean, that's actually a pretty good sized piece, but I don't know if it's like one. It's not 1/10. I think it's smaller than that, but I don't know. But it's on display there. This looks incredible still to me. This is the life. This is the not life size, but it's a life size bust, and I just think it's phenomenal.
It is
really cool.
It's really cool to be able to see it under that lighting. I hope it gets in hand like that. I hope the fur looks that good.
Yeah,
for everybody.
So is this like a synthetic fabric material?
I would assume, because it's not going to be hand punched. This is going to be kind of like a wig or something, like where they have to layer it, and glue it, because this is polystone. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like in hand. I hope it looks good, because that looks fantastic. All right, so that's all of Prime 1. All right, so we said we were going to wait. We were going to do Queen last, so let's do XM next. And we'll start this with the Scarecrow. So this is the brand new Scarecrow. This is the Samurai from the Samurai line. The photos are growing on me more. I still am not super wowed yet. What do you guys think about this piece? They've also talked about maybe changing the color scheme, the paint scheme. What do you guys think about the paint? And what do you think about the art direction here?
I think it's the Samurai piece that is least similar to its character from Batman.
Yeah, he looks like some type of voodoo witch doctor to me instead of Scarecrow.
I appreciate the colors because they're kind of fall colors, Thanksgiving like colors. Mm-hmm. On the waist.
Sorry.
But I like
the dog doesn't like it.
Yeah,
I like the bat on the base. I think that's cool with the big claw there. But it's not something I would consider from my collection.
Yeah, it's a cool statue. It's not. It doesn't look like a Scarecrow statue.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like I feel like I know what they're trying to do with this piece. I just don't know if maybe the colors are wrong. Like I wonder if they did maybe more like a brown and orange scheme.
Yeah, he did confirm he's changing the colors around. So I don't know if it's the smoke, the gas, or the actual outfit. I don't know.
I think that the textures look really good. I like the little pumpkins. I think that's a really nice touch. One thing that people really are maybe a little bit confused by is the tank. They said it's very Bane-like. And I get what they're doing there. It's like more like the fear toxin in these tubs.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think it's kind of too Bane-like for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an amazing statue. It's just not Scarecrow for me.
And I don't know.
It's very similar to the Bane.
There is a second portrait, which is right here.
Ooh, I like that.
which I think is I think I like this better as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely more like fear monster. It's closer. Yeah, I feel like it's closer. It's kind of like,
but yeah,
it's like kind of like with the beads. It's kind of like a witch doctor-y.
It looks like a witch doctor to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just don't know for sure. I mean, I guess it kind of fits the character.
It reminds me of a witch doctor from a horror movie.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
What's around his belt? Pumpkins?
It looks like it.
Yeah, pumpkins.
That's odd.
So again, like Jeff said, it's very fall-like, very kind of Thanksgiving-y. And so there's a lot of elements I really like. You can see the witch doctor skulls. I mean, that's definitely what the inspiration is here.
Okay.
And even like it's got this bat even has the gauntlets. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
So I really do like a lot about this statue. For me, it's just the color. I don't know if the green is. I just feel like it needs to be kind of a brownish or orangish colors,
or a darker green.
Maybe darker green. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's this just too Riddler green. I just don't know.
Oh, yeah,
somebody in one of the groups did a Photoshop of the fear gas on the base. I think it was like a darker greenish color, and it looked a lot better.
But I think there's that like this change this like not the yellow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of potential here. I feel like I'm not as much of a fan of this one. This is probably more of each one always has that super samurai helmet.
Yeah.
So I think that I think this other one will be more popular, and they tend to have more than just two head sculpts. So I wonder if we'll get another head sculpt with this one.
They're definitely working on it.
Yeah, I think there's potential here for sure. I would maybe just lose the hoses. I think that takes away from it.
What if they got rid of that mouth and did like the stitched up mouth or something?
That could be cool too. Yeah, that could be neat for sure. And again, the green. I'm just not a fan of the green. Like if you look at this without the green, like look at some of these colors here. This is scarecrowy to me, like the burlappy fabric. Like especially that fabric right there. I don't know if I can zoom in more. Yeah, see, like this looks very scarecrow to me. So I think there's a lot of promise with this piece. I just think they need to do a different paint scheme.
Okay. Like all these samurai pieces, the details are amazing though.
Yes, I mean, yeah, for sure. And I'm sure XM is going to tweak this a little bit until they get it right. Speaking of tweaking until they get it right, they've been tweaking this one. And this is a updated version of this particular piece. And this is the Batman Who Laughs. This is a quarter scale piece. Let's take a closer look at it. So this one you can display with the wings or without the wings. I agree with Jeff. I really like the wings a lot. It definitely adds something different. This is the more traditional portrait. They've also updated the Robins. The Robins are a little bit more comic booky now. Do you guys like the update on the Robins?
Yeah, I did that. That was my issue with the previous version. I didn't like the Robins. Everything else I liked, but now these Robins look better to me. So they look more comic accurate to me compared to what they had the first time around. I still like the fact that they're clawing the grave. I think that's really cool. But what I really like is this one right here with this portrait. It looks great. And I can't remember because it's a Jock cover, I think. Yeah, Jock.
Yeah. So that looks great. I love that. It's very demonic. I think that will be the most popular head sculpt, in my opinion. He's also, there's a swap out. So like here, you notice he doesn't have the ring of spikes.
Yeah.
Around, and there's another swap out where he's another arm swap out where he's holding the ring in his hand.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some nice swap outs. I think this one will be more popular than people are kind of letting on initially. I know some people don't like the Robin still.
Yeah, I see a lot of not like hate, but like a lot of dislike in the groups towards this. I don't know why. I think it looks fantastic.
I go back and forth on this. I keep looking at the Robins, and like 1 second I like them, and the next second I can't. I just, there's something that bugs me about it. I do think the wing thing is kind of cool, but the face on Batman Who Laughs is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
So Eric, I know that you're considering this one. Would you like it better if it was just Batman Who Laughs in the Grave and not the Robins?
That could be a possibility. All right. So like I was telling you guys, my display room is also like my family room where everybody hangs out. And, you know, if company comes over, this is like where we hang out. So I actually, for the first time, showed this to my wife today and showed it to my daughter today. I didn't tell them I was picking it up. I just said, look at this and tell me what you think. The first words out of their mouth was, it's creepy. I said, oh, well, it's Batman. It's like a mixed version, alternate universe, Batman mixed with Joker. And you know, he's rock and roll. My wife loves rock and roll, so I was like, you should like him. You know, he's rock and roll. But I did a comparison. I showed him this one and I showed him the Sideshow one, and I said, which one do you like better? They both actually prefer this version, the XM, especially with that portrait.
Wow.
So I mean, to be funny, my wife didn't like it as much as my daughter actually likes. I have a young daughter. She actually liked it. She said it looks pretty cool. It's not that creepy. So I'm thinking about ordering it. I just don't like. I was 95% sold on ordering it until I saw possible dimensions of it. So supposedly it's like 30 inches tall and maybe 27 inches wide. I don't know if it's wide or deep. I don't know. So
it's got this spear right here. That's going to make some width there, and probably some depth.
That's because of the wings, and I would want to display this with the wings. I like the wings, so I have to see if I could fit it in my case. I don't know.
Well,
I do want it though. I might just order it and find somewhere else to put it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome too. I'm anxious to see some of those dimensions as well. But anyway, that's awesome.
To answer your question, yeah, with the Robins, I was thinking that like if you remove them, and then possibly, I mean, they're not gonna like include some type of plug to plug up the Robin holes. But
yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to change
option.
it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to change it, but I was just curious.
That just makes it extra creepy with the Robins.
Yeah.
I think that's the big question with all of these Batman Who Laughs pieces is, do you want Robins or not? Because I think one of the cool things about the Sideshow piece that doesn't have Robins is, boy, you're totally focused on Batman Who Laughs, and he looks big. Yeah. And the other pieces, I feel like he's diminished by the size of the base and the number of other characters. I mean, this has 3 Robins. The Queen Studios one that I'm sure we'll see later, there's like 10 other figures on that base with him.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I prefer the Sideshow one myself because it's so focused on Batman Who Laughs. It has a small base, so you're really focused on the figure. And I feel like it's a reasonable footprint and a reasonable price.
Yeah.
That Queen Studios one, I don't know if there's a price out yet, but I imagine that's going to be expensive and very large too. That base looks huge.
Yeah.
I really love this portrait, and I actually think it's painted better maybe than the Sideshow. I think there's a little bit more going on with the colors. And then I'm a sucker for statues with wings. Even before I started collecting superhero statues, I always had like angel type statues, like like Greek mythology statues with like wings on it. So I don't know, it draws me in.
It's a good piece. Let's talk about this one. This one was also shown fully painted. This is basically the sequel to Batman Sanity. This is Wonder Woman surrounded by her villains. What do you guys think about this piece? I don't know if this is going to get as much play as Sanity did.
I agree. I don't think it will. Some people are complaining about some of the paint choices, the costume choice for Cersei. I'm just not sure there's going to be as much interest in her villains as there was for Batman.
As you can see here, there is a painted version, just like Sanity, and then also a kind of a more of a marble look. And again, I tend to like the marble look more. That's just me. I still prefer the Sanity like that with the smoke.
I really like this. I actually like the colors on this. Compared to the Batman Sanity, like even like a lot of people said it might be a little too colorful, but I think in hand, it kind of balances out once you see everything in front of you. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with all the characters, but I think it's well executed and it looks pretty cool. So especially Wonder Woman.
Oh, she's missing her hand.
I think she's supposed to be that. It's like
oh, that's her character.
The lady from the movie, is that same doctor who had like a fake
Oh,
hand?
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
She doesn't have the fake hands. She's missing a hand, so I don't know.
I think the colors look pretty good here overall. Again, it's
not too colorful. Like Sanity is very colorful because you have all these different, vibrant characters like different colors.
So anyway, that'll be interesting. I'm anxious to see a price point on this one.
Mm-hmm.
They also showed. I've only had one photo of her. It's weird. XM had a photo, and then they pulled it this week.
Yeah.
And so I think that they're still maybe tweaking it just a little bit. But I think the portrait looks really good here.
Yep.
This is a quarter scale, I believe.
Yeah, it was originally 1/6, and they moved it up to 1/4. The reaction to the portrait on the table there was not great from what I saw. There were quite a few complaints about it, that she looks maybe too mature, something funky with the eyes. I like this one a little bit better, but a lot of folks weren't overly crazy about this one either.
I'm not crazy about it. It
doesn't
look very. Sorry.
I was just going to say clearly XM's listening, and they're willing to tweak it. So,
well, if XM is listening, when this was supposed to be a 1/6 piece, they revised the portrait, and it was beautiful. And now with this one, it seems they've gone back to the original portrait for the 1/4. So if you're listening, XM, let's see that revised 1/6 portrait in 1/4, because I thought it looked pretty darn good.
All right, that's coming from the man himself. So maybe they'll listen. That'll be all right. Like I said, they're very good about listening. They also are showing the swamp thing. I think he looks really good here. All of the photos, the sale photos, like they're all like super dark and black.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why companies do that. I always feel like they're hiding something, but like there's nothing to be hidden here. This looks beautiful to me. The colors are really nice. I don't know. I think this looks really good.
It's certainly a different pose than you normally see for him.
Yeah, and that was the biggest problem. It's definitely different. And again, this is that flipped Hulk version, some controversy there. But I think just paint-wise, he looks really great.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the Sideshow maquette and you want another Swamp Thing in a different pose, this is probably a really good choice. But I think, I think I said it before about this piece. It really made me realize that the Sideshow piece is maybe better than it's been given credit for, as far as giving the right pose and attitude to the character, at least the way Alan Moore wrote it and Steve Bissett drew it.
The problem with the Sideshow piece is it looks phenomenal, but wasn't the issue that everybody's freaking out that it was PVC?
Yeah,
it's vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl. Sorry, vinyl.
And if you've seen the piece, there's no way they could have done it in polystone. There are way too many little branches and tendrils coming out the back. It would have been a shipping nightmare. So I messaged the sculptor soon after that whole vinyl controversy started, and he was surprised to hear that it was vinyl as well. But he mentioned that he had other pieces from other companies that were done in vinyl, and he was thrilled with the results. So,
well, and vinyl or not, it still looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm even thinking about maybe seeking out that piece. It's long sold out now, but that's a really nice piece.
It is. I agree. But like you said, this one right here would be a good complement to that.
Yep. It would.
They also had some Transformers on display as well. So again, we had some from Prime 1. This is more of the original cartoon series. I think these look really great from XM as well.
Yeah.
They do.
Not quite as intricate of detail, but definitely, I mean, it looks just like it's right off the TV screen. I think it's really well done. I love this with, I think was it Birdbeak? I can't remember his name. Man, the cassette that changes into the bird. But these look really good.
Just quickly interrupt. I'm losing power on my laptop here, so if I disconnect, that's why I'll figure it out in the meantime.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, that is the end of the XM section.
All right, let's get to the good stuff.
Yeah, I say let's move into the main event here. And let's start with this one right here. This one obviously got the most buzz of the show. This is the Catwoman 1/3 scale piece, and this is the one that I'm considering live pre-ordering tonight on the show. This piece, yeah. As soon as Eric's power goes off, that's when I'll order it. So some people love this one. Some people hate it because of the price point. This is a $3,000 statue. People have been freaking out kind of about everybody's so impressed with Queen Studios this week. Actually, I'm going to stop sharing just for a second. I want to talk about this just for a second. What do you guys think about these prices? Like, everybody's kind of freaking out about, like they said, like a year ago, Queen Studios prices were really, really great. And now we've seen a giant price increase. Do you guys think the prices are too high? Do you feel like they need to slow their roll a little bit? What do you guys think about that?
I think Queen Studios has always been a little high. We got that nice introductory price on the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but it quickly jumped up.
Yeah,
quite a bit for a small 1/4 piece. And then we had $940 for the quarter scale Wonder Woman, which is also a pretty small piece, under 19 inches. So I'm not surprised at the price. It's a piece that I would immediately dismiss because of the price, but I think it's beautiful and the likeness is fantastic, and I don't blame anybody for wanting to have it.
Real quick, Ed5, $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Laserbeak is the name on that Transformers piece. So thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that, Ed5. Thank you very much. So I think you're right. I do kind of wonder, them being a newer company, if they're trying to offset some of the licensing costs, because it's got to be a lot of money to be pulling in DC, Marvel, and whoever else they're doing. So anyway, I was just curious what you guys thought about the price point there.
How much is she total? I mean,
30. Was it 3,500?
Wonder Woman or Catwoman?
Yeah,
Catwoman is $3,065 plus shipping.
Do we know the actual dimensions?
It's 42.4 inches long.
That sounds about right.
I was talking to my wife about this piece, kind of trying to figure out whether to get this or not, and trying to kind of narrow my focus. I've been dealing with the bus and whether to keep going with the bus or not do the bus, and get this instead. And I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, maybe if I do some movie pieces, which I have been, to just focus on the Dark Knight trilogy. Because again, I'm getting the Joker pieces. I already have the Queen Studios Joker piece. We looked at the Prime 1 earlier. So I can keep my focus even shorter and say I'm just going to do Heath Ledger Joker. But this one really speaks to me, and not just because Catwoman looks so good, which she does. I mean, it's just phenomenal how I feel like it just looks like they're taking a photograph of her. But to me, it's also that you also get a 3rd scale Batpod. There has been some talk. I know we were talking in the group earlier about the size, and that it doesn't feel like it's necessarily a full 3rd scale. And I just want to remind everybody that they said the same thing about Joker. They said that he was undersized, that he didn't look 3rd scale at all. But then getting him in hand, I have him with all my 3rd scale over here, and he's exactly 3rd scale. Some people still feel like his head's a little big. I can kind of see that a little bit. But price point aside, let's not talk about price right now, but what do you guys think just overall of this piece?
You got a super chat. I didn't know if you saw it before it disappears.
All right, let me make sure I highlight that one. Oh, Jedi Patrol. Absolutely. Thank you very much. We're going to be doing a collaboration here tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that with Jedi Patrol. $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Says it's freaking gorgeous. This will help buy part of a turd signal. That's exactly right. Definitely part of a turd signal. That's for sure. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, please check out Jedi Patrol over on YouTube. A lot of great statue and figure content there. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let me go back in. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the piece, price aside?
It's pretty damn accurate.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that it's not based on a scene from the movie, but it's based on a photo of Anne Hathaway between shots, just relaxing on the bat pod.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That was another comment my wife said. She's like, she would have liked to have seen it more of an action pose. And I said the problem with that is if you look at any of her on the bat pod, if you kept that concept, her head's down. You know, you don't see her face all that great. She does look determined. So I think that they did this so you can actually see her portrait. You know, they chose that photo for that reason. I
think it's a good choice. I think she looks beautiful.
I do too.
For a statue, yeah.
And again, I really like the idea of having that size of bat pod on display in my collection. Do you think that she would pair up? Like if I had this sitting next to my Heath Ledger Joker sitting down like I have, do you think that would pair up okay?
You don't think this would be too big, Chris?
I don't. If I just had if I had a dedicated space like my closet, let's say, just for Dark Knight, I don't think so.
It could work. Yeah.
Yeah. Because technically they should be in scale.
Yeah.
Here is somebody's hands here, just to kind of give you an idea of the size of this. Again, some people feel like it's a bit under scale. I am confident this will be third scale, just like the Joker. I think Queen Studio is going to make sure that it is accurate. They have really done a lot of research on this piece. I have some other photos here as well of them lifting her out. So, what do you guys think there? Do you feel like that looks like 4 scale?
To me, it looks somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm looking at my Arkham Harley 1/3, and she looks bigger than this.
So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. No, I also want.
You're going to need their Christian Bale Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we said on the show that we suggested that they make a Batman to fit on this bat pod.
Yes.
And I think that would be a major option for them to sell this thing, knowing that they could put a Batman or a Catwoman. Now, if I was going to do a Batman, I would have him standing.
That's because you couldn't unless you had 2 pods.
Yeah.
Which
you could do that. But I think about there's a scene in Dark Knight Rises where he's being chased and he stands up with the EMP and he's kind of straddling the bike. If they could do that, because clearly you could take her off with no problem. Mm-hmm. There might be a peg in there somewhere, but you can clearly take her off no problem. And you could put a Batman there. So I do think that would be a big selling feature. Although I think this is selling well. I've seen a lot of people buying this, including maybe me tonight.
There was more people popping up saying that they had ordered it than I thought at the price.
What do you think of the base?
I mentioned it in my video that I think that it could have been cool to have a road. However, I kind of like it because if you look at the Batman and you look at the Joker, they're stylized bases.
Okay.
And this is as well. It's it feels very museum-like to me. It's very like black and slick. It's got some texture. And so I get what they were going for, but I do feel like concept-wise, it does match the other bases.
Kind of reminded me of that room, in The Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, where he wasn't in the Batcave. It was in that warehouse or down the shipping crate.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
How it was kind of maybe that kind of floor.
I could see that. What we're looking at here is the 6 scale.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's just a shrunk down version. I think this version will be very popular depending on price.
Yeah,
clearly will not take up as much room. They didn't have the hair on her. And again, I don't know. Jeff mentioned, some sort of rubber or something else that they might use, some sort of sculpted hair. They did say sculpted hair in one of their posts. So whatever that's made of, I don't know. But here you can see the scale difference.
Okay.
A little bit better. So you're still going to get a really great piece at that scale, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
I really like your idea on, getting a Batman model version of that and then being able to put it on the bike. I think it would have been really cool had they done both and then sold it so you have the option. I think it's a really, really good idea. I am not. I didn't like Dark Knight Rises, and Anne Hathaway is only in it for a tiny bit of the movie. So I'm not going to be able to pick this up. But I think that if they had the swap outs and it came with it, that would be a selling point right there of going, okay, yeah, I wouldn't display Catwoman, but I'd display Batman on the Bat Pod because that bike is wicked cool. They did a great job. They did a beautiful job on the portrait and the bike. It's awesome.
So, do I order it or do I not order it?
Just don't have your wife kill you.
What do you guys think?
What was Mrs. BSC's opinion?
She was a little bit ho-hum about it. I don't know. Like I don't know. It just speaks to me. I just really like it. I really like the Bat Pod. I
personally would rather have that on the Bat Pod than a life-size bust of Anne Hathaway.
And I was thinking about waiting on that because we're getting that life-size bust from from Infinity Studios. Teased. But at the same time, I'm looking at my bust across the way here, and it just is so massive, and it takes up so much room. It just really does have me questioning the busts, other than the Joker piece. So I don't know. Do I cancel my Margot Robbie life-size bust instead?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I know.
That's not going to be anywhere near as big as your Batman bust.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But it's $4,000. It's $4,000.
It is.
But this one's just running up close to it, though, Chris. You're exchanging one for the other. I like the idea of you putting, your closet space and dedicating that. I think it would look good in your Batcave.
Someone says that Spec Fiction shows the edition at 888 of these.
Yeah, that is correct.
And so what do you think? I don't think they're going to do a sculpted at this scale. Why wouldn't they put them up for pre-order at the same time?
Yeah.
They normally do.
Well, it begs the question, though, they want this one to sell because it's going to be more expensive. So if they can sell.
You can say the same thing about the quarter scale Ledger Joker. They put both of those out at the same time. It's common for them to put the rooted and the sculpted at the same time.
That's true. That's true.
Have you thought about getting the 1/6?
No.
That's too small for Chris.
It's I don't go that small. I do. I've got my Tweeterhead pieces that I've decided to go, hopefully mostly all in, maybe all in, but I don't have any interest in that smaller one.
So Chris, you said it's speaking to you.
Yeah.
It's speaking to you. But I mean, does the price make you hesitate at all?
Yeah, it makes me want to throw up.
Yeah. I mean, the Prime One Hathaway 1/3 scale was $9.99 for the X, for the exclusive. Yeah. I don't see a licensing fee being paid there. That was the standard price at the time for a Prime One 1/3 piece.
That's true.
So
but this one has the bat pod.
It better be speaking really sweetly to you.
This is one of those pieces where I'm losing sleep over. Like that's the one.
Can I suggest something? Can I? Okay. I would give it the 3-day test.
But I'm so worried that it's going to sell out, though.
No, it's too expensive. It's not gonna sell out. Here's why. Okay, 1, you just ordered Margot Robbie. 2, your wife is ho-hum over it. You just said that. Okay, and 3,
hates the Batman Who Laughs. You can't go off what she says.
Yeah, but that one sold out like that. Okay,
and that's what I'm scared of. That's what I'm scared of.
But that was a $1,200 to $1,500 piece. Okay, that's the major difference. You are talking about a $3,500 piece right now. Nobody in an economy that nobody has the money for, especially after COVID. So I would give it a 3-day test. If you're losing sleep over this, Chris, give it 3 days. 3 days. Okay, after 3 days, that's what I do. And I have friends of mine that had done that. And they're like, after 3 days, if you're still like, I'm going to get it, then get it. But wait 3 days.
That's not as exciting as a live pre-order. The audience is demanding it.
Let me do something. So I think it will sell out at Queen Studios. But I think a certain distributor that we all know and love, located about 15 minutes away from me right now, will have it for quite some time.
Okay.
And if you look at Queen Studios on that website that I will not mention, you'll find pretty much everything that has sold out at Queen Studios still available on his site.
See?
Yeah.
It might help you.
Everyone says if Chris is asking opinions, that means he's already going to get it.
But somebody did agree with me and said, just wait.
I know.
Think if it's speaking to you, go for it. What the hell?
People have said, like Barbie here says, the bus is a better choice. Don't cancel it. And they're, talking about the Margot Robbie. I've considered, even if I decide not to do bus, I've considered still getting it, seeing it, having it in hand for a while, selling it. I'm sure it'll sell. The same people are saying the same thing about this one. They feel like it's gonna sell if I decided to not keep it forever. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys see that? Like, I don't know if I would make $3,000 on it, and I'm okay losing some money whenever I sell things, because I still feel like I got value just owning it for a while. Like, I feel like even if I lose a little bit of money, but do you guys think that will have a good resale value in the future?
I think it'll probably hold its value.
Yeah.
Like Ashley said, she's not in the movie a lot. I actually looked it up today. She has 19 minutes of screen time in the movie.
Wow. That's it?
Yeah.
That's it. 19 minutes.
As Catwoman or as Anne Hathaway or as Selena Kyle?
No.
Selena Kyle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's not that much. That's why I'm shocked that they even did this.
They did tease that they were working on a Bane in third scale on that show. I guess Jeff, you weren't here.
Prime One version of the Tom Hardy Bane sold pretty well.
It did. So, all right, I'm gonna keep thinking.
Do you have the Prime One, Anne Hathaway, the one that was?
You know what? I originally had her. I don't remember if I did and canceled. I can't remember.
Okay.
And that piece I was very excited about. But at the end of the day, that was at a point where I was not getting movie pieces. I was really trying to stay away from them. But then I bought that Joker back here, that.
Yeah.
Right there, and that kind of changed some things for me. Again, I have two favorite trilogies. Number one is Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. Number two is Dark Knight trilogy. And I kept thinking earlier, I was at my son's baseball game today, and I kept thinking, will I still like that movie in 20 years? And I don't see why not. Like I love the performance. I love the realism, the grittiness. But again, to me, that piece is great. Anne Hathaway being on it is great. Is she the greatest Catwoman of all time? Nope. But I love the sculpt. I think it's a great artistic piece, and I love the Bat Pod.
Yeah.
Is the Bat Pod worth $2,000? Let's say she's worth $1,000. Is the Bat Pod worth $2,000?
The Bat Pod, yes. I would, if she was not an option and they were selling the Bat Pod, I would buy that Bat Pod. Absolutely.
At $2,000?
100%. Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. That Bat Pod is badass. Okay.
So there's the price. There's the price.
But I don't like Catwoman. I don't like that version of Catwoman, and I'm not an Anne Hathaway fan. I have to be a die-hard lover of a piece to do it. I love the style of the Bat Pod because it was in The Dark Knight, and then they used it later in The Dark Knight Rises. But I like motorcycles and everything else. So
I mean, that scene where that comes out of the Batmobile when it's ready to self-destruct.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really cool.
I want to get the Hot Toys version of the Bat Pod because that's the only thing I could display, but it's just so cool.
Yeah.
So yes, Chris, Matt mentioned in the chat that the deposit's pretty big on this, so
$900.
Make sure you really want it.
And that's what I was thinking too. Like, do I pay in full? Or I mean, it's 60. You save $65 if you pay in full. Or do you pay $900? That's a big deposit. That's a big deposit.
Yeah. I'd sleep on it.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna keep thinking. I do want to thank 257 people watching right now. Wow. Thank you guys so very much. You guys are all awesome. Thank you. Let me know in the comments
what you think, Eric?
Do. Oh yeah, we haven't heard from Eric. What do you guys think? Right. What do you think, Eric?
My charger. I was using the wrong charger. I think it looks fantastic. But I don't think you should do it.
Don't think. Why do you think not?
I don't know. Are you a huge Anne Hathaway fan? Like, I think you might get. I mean, she looks amazing, and you're still getting the Bat Pod, but.
I liked her performance. I didn't realize there was 19 minutes of her in that film. Like, that's still crazy to me. But I love the trilogy. I love.
You've never purchased the previous. They have a Prime one, Anne Hathaway, where she's standing up. You never bought it, so you're more interested in this because of the Bat Pod, correct?
Well, right.
Well, just the way she looks on it.
And both. I mean, I like all of it. I like the cheese on it, but I think that she looks phenomenal. But I also like the idea of that size of Bat Pod in my collection.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a cool. It'll definitely stand out in your collection.
Like Jeff said, I've been considering getting the Hot Toys ones, but I know I won't be happy with it because of its scale. Like I know at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, this looks great on my shelf, but I wish it was bigger.
It's not taking real estate high; it's taking real estate wide, where you could fit maybe 2-3 pieces. So also keep that.
Yeah. A lot of people have said that you could fit like two big Prime 1 pieces in that space.
Yep,
that's good.
Well, but the other thing I'm thinking is if there's a Bane coming and you have Joker, Catwoman, and Bane on one side, Joker on the other, you have the 3 main villains, and if they ended up doing a Scarecrow
or a Two-Face,
yeah,
I just think that'd be an awesome display. But I don't know. Are you talking about Joe Caramel? Yeah. Is that what you're laughing at right there? Anne Hathaway butt is worth $1,000.
That's the attraction to the statue. That's why everybody wants it.
That's right. I think Ashley brings up a great point about sleeping another day on it.
They were
3 days.
They were smart with that pose.
Yeah, it's very sexy.
That's the money shot.
It is sexy, and it's very accurate. It's not, I just wish that it didn't cost as much as it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that's probably the sexiest Anne Hathaway has ever been in a movie.
Yeah. What's funny is that picture's from, I think, like a behind the scenes, like she was off camera.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier when you were off. It's like, yeah, it's just a publicity shot.
Yeah.
Even though it's a different scale, I think it would look cool with the Tweeterhead Catwoman. You know how she's like laying down on the lounge. Yeah.
The reclining,
Linky says, "Hi Chris, you should get them to comment on the J&D Catwoman versus the Queen Studios. For me, it's night and day. I think Queen Studios is the winner, big time.
Yeah,
I think
that one just was not as close.
Aren't they going to rework it though?
I have not heard anything.
I don't know. Have we seen anything come out from them yet?
I heard they were going to rework it.
Arthur Fleck.
Some people that pre-ordered it are mad that they're going to rework it because they like it as it is. But some people thought that the portrait looked kind of ghoulish, that there was something wrong. And I think J&D listened, and I think they said they're going to rework it a bit.
It was very ghoulish without the mask. Like with the mask, it looked okay. Yeah. But once you took it, like her eyes were real sunken. You know, it's just and creepy. But I'm sure, and that's another thing too, is that's a silicone head versus the sculpted polystone, which again, silicone is a little iffy. We just don't know where we're at with it.
And the pose was a little bit ho-hum.
Yeah, it just varies. I mean, it's a museum stand-up pose, simple base.
Yeah.
For me, there's no question that the Bat Pod is better.
Where would you put it? It wouldn't fit on your white bookcase behind you, right?
Probably the closet. That'd be a Dark Knight display. Where with Heath Ledger Jokers, a Joker bust, some of the Dark Knight characters, surrounding. I just think it'd be a Dark Knight display.
I mean, if you have the space for it, do it. I mean, it's amazing. But...
So I'm still thinking. All right, let's move on. We got some more things to look at. Are you guys okay to stay for just a bit longer here?
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I figured we would just go an hour tonight, but I know
we passed that.
Yes, we did. I mean, come on, look at that, guys.
Yes, her butt looks great.
Yes, it does. I have got to get over a 1/3 scale butt here and move on. All right. Let's go on. Oh, there's a face. So
looks good.
I like what John said too. What they do is they have what their technique of putting this on the polystone, and then they paint lines to give it the hairline effect. And they did the same thing on the Joker. Really, really effective. But
when I see things like that, I always wonder if the actress gets one. Is she going to have one of those in her house somewhere?
I pray she does. That'd be awesome. All right. No, I guess I had more photos I didn't remember I had. Okay. All right. Oh, let's move on to this guy. Okay. So this is a quarter scale Batman Who Laughs from Queen Studios. Incredibly grotesque, creepy. It's got all these monsters and zombies and Robins. What do you guys think about this massive piece here from Queen Studios?
Satanic.
Busy.
He gets a little lost, I think.
Yep.
Someone in the chat was saying the J&D Catwoman was 2,400 and sold out. I didn't realize it was that much.
All of the J&D pieces have sold out very quickly.
If you think of that at $2,400, and then you get the Bat Pod for how much more is that? 600.
Yep.
That would be one positive. If you purchased that Catwoman and changed your mind, I'm sure you would have no problem selling it in the future.
Yeah.
What kind of edition sizes is J&D doing now? Are they doing pretty small edition sizes?
They must be.
Mm-hmm. I think this is a really cool piece. I think it's great, but you really need to want the Robins and the Minions, whatever those are.
Golems.
Yeah, and the point I made when we first saw it, that it kind of looks like his team just scored. I mean, you could almost put a miniature TV opposite this piece.
Yeah.
It's behind them. They should be,
there you go.
turned around.
But
I like it.
Cool.
I think it's very well done. It goes back to a little bit of what you said, is that it's maybe a little bit busy, and sometimes it takes away maybe from him. But I do think it's a really epic looking piece for sure.
Yeah.
I think that there is a lot going on here that's positive. One thing that people have pointed out is this right here that looks like it's just a sticker.
Oh yeah.
And people thought that looked real cheap. And maybe that's something that they will fix or tweak. Obviously, this is just a prototype.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get rid of it. I don't think it needs it at all.
If you're spending that much money, you know who the character is.
Yep.
Yeah. But again, look at the detail here. Again, just a tremendous amount of detail. One thing that I do want to point out to everybody, I don't know if everybody kind of noticed this or not, but again, this is a Batman Who Laughs piece, but it's also a Dark Knight's Metal piece. So if you take this and then you notice it's got the Batman on throne right next to it. So this is clearly a companion piece where you could put these back to back and create a very big diorama or right beside each other. I also wanted to show the backside.
This is quarter scale, correct?
Quarter.
Okay.
This is the backside, which I think is really awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's very busy, but at the same time, Chris, like you said, it's so well done. I think it's one of those pieces to where every time you look at it, you'll just be looking at something different that looks really cool on it. Like you won't get bored of this.
What do
I think the fact that he's colored and the Robins are colored and the minions are all kind of a dead skin color.
Yeah.
Makes it work. It's very Clive Barker Hellraiser.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, that is the creepiest one yet.
Yeah.
I think it's just very well done. I really like the height. It's very wide, or at least it looks very wide.
It looks really wide and deep.
So it's going to be a space heater for sure at quarter scale.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the price point will this be on this?
Who knows?
Close to the Batman, probably.
Like 1,700?
18.
Yeah. Speaking of the Batman, let's move on to that one. We saw a reveal of this on our show with Queen Studios this last week. And I still think Batman looks phenomenal. I know that the concept is not what everybody loves, but I do think he looks really great.
Yep.
Price point is pretty high on him.
Yeah.
But again, I do really think that these two pieces would complement each other. I think that was by design.
There's so much detail on that base on this piece. I don't know if I need it or want it, but I certainly appreciate the design elements, and I do think it's one of the better sculpted Batmans I've seen.
Agreed.
There's so much going on.
I think people feel like it's a waste for such a great Batman sculpt, but people don't like the rest of the concept of the Dark Knight's metal.
Yeah.
If you had this sculpt somewhere else, in a different situation,
standing up maybe.
Yeah, or just maybe sitting in his Batcave chair or something,
Yeah.
I think it's a great concept. I love the idea that they did on the variant cover. I think it's a beautifully well done piece. I just wish that they would change the Batman to make it match. That's all. This is too Frank Miller-ish to me.
I don't know where this goes, but this is on the side. I thought this was pretty cool. It looks like it's going to plug in somewhere. I don't know where. But I hadn't seen that before. I just didn't know if
I
people
wonder if
noticed
that's
that or
what
not.
you get if you buy the version without the tall. If that's a plug-in.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
it looks like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Because that would be, the snake would be coming over the shoulder.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like
that's a good point. I bet you're right.
So is there a version without the thing in the back?
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think so. I think what he said is you can just remove
There are
it.
two versions.
Oh, there are
a
two versions.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Because I've only heard of the one that's 1825.
No, remember I sent you the picture and one was like wrong. It was like only $40 more for the guy in the back.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. It was 1,400. Was it?
That's
13 something.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think this one was like 1,800 or something like that.
1825. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's interesting.
It's the regular version. 1310.
Okay.
So that's a good point there. If you don't like the wings. But anyway,
yeah, it is. That's where the snakes come in.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. Even on the cover, the snakes come out from behind them. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. They also have on display a half scale Mark I that they teased. This is the first time we've seen it. And I think this is phenomenal. People have said it looks undersized. Have you guys seen the photos?
Compared to their other half scales, that was my first thought, was that's too small.
Because I always feel like this suit is so big.
It's way bigger than a normal suit.
Yeah, it's way bulkier. The suit itself looks phenomenal. I think they did a really, really good job with the details here. As you can see, like so intricate.
Yeah, that's cool.
With the hoses, and they just did a really, really good job. There it is, kind of fully. It's got the Stark bomb there, which is really great. But again, when we look at it compared to the others, it seems like it's smaller.
Ooh, that picture especially.
That's the one I saw.
And I just don't really know why that would be the case, because he would be the same height.
Yeah, the bases are about the same.
They seem very similar height-wise across all the, and so I just don't know what I'm missing here. And maybe it's the angle of the photo. I don't really know, but it just, maybe if it was straight on, we could see it better. But it still looks way shorter.
Yeah, it's odd.
Those other ones are great.
So we need to stay tuned to see what Queen Studio says about that. Hopefully, it'll increase the size just a bit.
Looks great though.
Yeah. So this one, I'm kind of intrigued, because everybody said, okay, well, this is the quarter scale Batman that they've teased. And they said, well, it's just not painted yet. But I think this is what it's going to be.
Me too. Yeah.
I think so too, and I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like obviously like a marble statue effect, And this, I agree, this is not what I was expecting. I was really expecting kind of an Alex Ross. And I don't know. I just don't know if this one will. It's like that Batman memorial statue.
Yeah.
When they first showed it, that's what I thought. I was like, it looks like some type of bronze memorial statue, and then they made it white. I kind of like it, but Jeff kind of ruined it for me with his comment, what he said it looked like. So, but I still like it though.
It reminds me of mix between the black and white statue and the memorial statue. I think the idea is cool. I just thought that they would paint it.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Someone in the chat says looks like a cake topper.
Which say it look like a candle.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It looks like a candle.
Again, these are not great photos, so we might be missing a little something. But it's an interesting concept for sure.
It's different. I like it because it's different.
Yeah. We also had the Thanos. This is a quarter scale piece that they've shown. It's not. Yeah. I'm sorry. What did I say? Thanos. Sorry, I do that all the time. Dark Side. Thank you. From Justice League, and this one I think looks okay.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Great portrait. I don't know if there'll be some swap outs again. It feels a little Captain Morgan-y again, but
Steppenwolf's head, kind of like
I do like that a lot. Yeah,
tells a story.
It's a really nice touch. Yeah, definitely. I'm assuming there'll be some swap outs here. Looks like he might be holding one of the mother boxes, maybe.
That would be good.
Potentially, but obviously it's a work in progress, clearly. But I think it has some good potential.
Yeah, I do too.
Good detail throughout. Let's see, it's the same. And then we have the life-size bust as well. And this thing is massive.
It's huge.
Really great detail, as you can see. We did get to see a great preview on our Queen Studio show. If you haven't checked that out, please do yourself a favor. It was a really fun show. Also had that in the back, which was really cool. A nice little Easter egg. I love that they're doing that on these. But that's really cool. Again, big piece. They showed this. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
So they put this together. This is, of course, a Neo, Keanu Reeves. My wife said he kind of looks like Ross from Friends.
It does. Oh, yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I was like, I can kind of see that a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, are you guys going to assume that they're going to do a life-size bust then on this?
Tough to say.
I don't know.
It looks
like a life-size figure to me.
Yeah, it does.
Well, but they've done these life-size figures just for the shows. Like they did a life-size Heath Ledger Joker. I kind of wonder if this is just to show the face.
Yeah, they had the giant Hulkbuster.
Yeah, I think this will be a bust at some point.
It looks great, but dang.
You know what I keep thinking of? Because they're doing such a fantastic job with all these, that Madame Tussauds museum. Can you imagine them just doing like, instead of like the wax figures, just them doing like a whole museum of
just Queen Studios?
Like Queen Studios museum.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So anyway, this was also revealed today. They originally showed this thing being really super massive. It looks like in photos this is about the size of a life-size bust. But this is from Lord of the Rings. See that from that angle, it looks kind of like a life-size bust size.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's cool. It's different.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, great detail.
There was one they were working on though that was like same as this, but it was like gigantic.
Right. That's what I was thinking too, and I don't know why they made it that big, or maybe they originally thought they were going to do it that big and then scaled it down. But I think going to the life size bust size is a good call.
Yeah, I think it was huge
because it was massive. We also have this one on display. See, this one makes me mad. So like, this is a great life size bust, and it's like what, $1,700. Whereas the Catwoman's $3,000. It's like I feel like you get so much more here.
Yep.
For your money.
There's not a human face sculpt involved.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's even less than that, Chris. I think I saw it for like $1,430.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
You can buy two of them.
I mean, I love this piece. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
Love it. Love it. That's the Iron Man life-size bust. We also got to see the Hulkbuster. So this Hulkbuster here, this right here is a quarter scale statue.
Wow.
Just to show you how big this thing is going to be. This one was $3,000 as well, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But look how good that looks.
That looks like $3,000 though.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yes, it does.
It really does. I agree. It looks phenomenal.
For that.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal. Really great piece. Here you can see the size again. The life size one is in the background, but look at that. That's a quarter scale. Like, it's just crazy.
Wow.
How big that is.
Man,
You're definitely gonna need a coffee table.
Yeah. And it's a good alternative for folks who, as praised.
And I think the quarter looks great as well.
Yeah, as praised as the XM Hulkbuster is, some people didn't like that he was down on one knee. So this is a great alternative.
It is. I just threw these in because I thought they were funny. This is the life size. They're building this thing. Pretty incredible, right?
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
There's a new at Disneyland Paris. They have a new Avengers campus there, like they do in California. But this one is going to have a restaurant, and they showed some photos today. And I think it's the same one. They have it in the middle of the restaurant at Disney, and so it's just incredible.
I was just thinking, you have to do something with this afterwards. Like, you can't just throw it out. I mean, you got to put it somewhere.
Probably their offices, maybe. But it's just so cool to see it. It's just neat.
That Avengers campus is kind of a nightmare for Disney right now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
At least in California.
Yeah.
Like
4-hour lines to get in, and they're having a really hard time with the COVID restrictions keeping the crowd under control.
It's also been kind of panned as boring, especially the ride. The main ride is basically, if you've ever been to Disney, it's basically a Toy Story Mania. It's just all screens, and it doesn't really matter if you're not really hitting anything. You're supposed to make these movements, but they haven't really proven that your movements actually match up to what's going on the screen. And so it's just not. It hasn't gotten very good reviews for Disney's technology, unfortunately. So this is the quarter scale Joker. These photos are not great, and I don't feel like it really captures how good this sculpt is. John said the other day that this is still his favorite Joker they've done. But I did want to throw in these photos. I have this one on pre-order, but I'm questioning it because it's quarter scale. And if I get the Catwoman, if I get the Batman, or the two Jokers that I'm getting, those are all third scale.
Yeah.
Do I keep the quarter scale? I think this one will look weird.
I think this looks better.
Is the Prime one's 1/3 or 1/4?
1/3.
1/3.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So that'll go well with the Catwoman.
This one right here was 1/4.
Right, but I mean the 1/3 from Prime 1 you're getting will go well with the Catwoman.
Right.
Yeah.
There's some new pictures of it on their Facebook page, and it's pretty cool.
Is it the sculpted hair? Because the picture they had of the rooted hair was way better.
This is sculpted.
It's the rooted hair.
Would you ever want a Dark Knight Batman?
I've considered getting the Queen Studios one.
Because John sounded really excited about doing some type of switch out or companion piece to that Catwoman on the Batpod.
I know.
It could be an option in the future that they make a Batman standing or maybe behind her or something.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully, knock on wood. They also had their big Hulk, was this Planet Hulk, on display. Yeah. I think this one looks really good. Somebody asked me to point this out. Whereas the statue looks great and the textures look great, there's this seam.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they could fix that.
He did respond to it and said he was going to fix it. I just don't know how.
I don't see how they can do it.
Yeah.
So what I was saying, the way they did the Sideshow. Oh, sorry. The way they did the Sideshow Gladiator Hulk is they made to where you see where the necklace goes around. That whole thing is removable. So possibly maybe if they rework the necklace and make that like where the seam line is, make like just the whole section come off.
That would be easy.
That'd be a good way to do it if they do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really smart of them to do that.
Yeah, someone on Statue Forum said you can see that seam from space.
It's pretty bad.
It's bad.
That's maybe worse than the Killer Croc from Sideshow.
Yeah.
Can't put a chain around his neck though.
Yep. And don't tell me that people are just going to look at it from the front, because they're not. They're going to look at that piece.
Jeff, that would be the preferred viewing angle.
Oh, yeah. The intended angle.
You of all people should know that.
I understand.
This is your piece here, Jeff.
That's it. It better be good.
She doesn't have the crown. I don't know what happened there, but
that must cost extra.
It does. But anyway, seeing her in person here or at least these photos, I think she looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I sure hope so. I've never spent $940 on. Well, no, I haven't. I've never spent $940 on a quarter scale piece, especially one that's only 18¼ inches tall. So it better be good.
I think you're going to be happy with her.
I hope so.
Anyway, not a lot of photos of her, but I thought that one in particular, she looked really good.
That puts Linda Carter in perspective, though.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Although I'm not sure I like the logic of saying that one overpriced statue justifies another overpriced statue.
Hey, that's what we do here on Rogues Gallery. We justify, right?
That's some serious enabling.
AKA Enablers Anonymous.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Right. We should make that T-shirt for everybody. I love it. But I think that looks great. This is their half-scale Iron Man, and I think this looks really fantastic. I think all of their Iron Man stuff looks really good.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Crazy good. Look at the detail there.
Wonder if that lights up. Does that light up?
It does.
Oh,
all
that's
the
awesome.
little points.
Yeah, all of these
things light up.
Yeah, all of that detail, all of that lights up.
Man.
That's the front side. But really great detail there. That's some of their other ones there.
It's incredible.
And that's the end.
Ta-da.
Wow.
So that is Wonderfest Elite. That's day one Wonderfest. I don't know if we'll get anything else. Again, it's been really weird that we haven't seen more tours. Queen Studios promised us that they were going to give some of us YouTubers clips of their booth. So I'm still waiting for that. I don't know if they'll wait till the end. But hopefully in the next day or so, we'll have booth tour footage. Again, also I had a man in the field that filmed for us, and we should have that in the next day or so. And I'll try to get that up as soon as possible. But I'll ask this kind of like what I asked the other night is there any like must buys? I hope Ro's wrong here. Okay, I'm like, oh my God. Thank you, Ro. I appreciate that heart attack. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So much for that 3-day wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna need paddles here after the show. But I'm gonna go back again. Did you see anything that you definitely want to order or you're considering ordering from all of that?
I still want that XM Batman Who Laughs. I'm going to try to make it work if I have to put it somewhere else. I originally wanted to put it where my Joker cube over here is and rework that cube and do something different in that area. But if it doesn't fit in there, I think I might put it somewhere else. I have other options in here, so we'll see.
Okay. Ashley, did you have anything maybe potentially on that list?
I mean, I have Jason Favok and the Grim Knight, and after the very pricey statue that was purchased a couple weeks ago, I can't really.
That's right.
But everything looks really good. I really like the Queen Studios Heath Ledger Joker. I really, really think they did a good job with that. I like that a lot. Looks good.
Sure. Let's go to Mr. Delaney. I'll put you on the spot. Anything that you see, maybe?
Well, I'm still thinking about Linda Carter. She's calling my name. The thing I like about that statue is she looks like a real woman. It's not the exaggerated physique that we normally see on female statues. Yeah. That's what Linda Carter looked like at that time.
Yeah.
I also have the Queen Studios Ledger Joker 1/4 scale on pre-order already. I'm not sure. There's a few others I'm thinking of, but nothing that I absolutely have to have. I just can't get into the manhole covered size bases, and they seem to be becoming more and more prevalent. So part of the other thing problem I have with the Linda Carter piece is that I'm tending more towards exclusively 1/4 scale. And so that drags me into 1/3, and it's a mess, Chris. I don't know what's.
Is this where we do the intervention?
I was going to say, I think you are preaching to the choir, and I think that an intervention show is definitely due here on the Rogues Gallery, and probably for everybody in the chat as well, because we just continue to enable each other, and we continue to get more and more confused.
Yeah.
I've got a video actually coming out probably this week that I think are going to probably turn some heads because of the topic and just the sheer amount of things out there. And is that a good thing or bad thing? Because it does create a lot of, again, confusion. Like, what do you do? Like Jeff says, well, I'm only going to collect 1/4 scale, but I love that 1/3 scale in the corner. Yeah. There's so much good out there with so much little money and little space. It creates a lot of headaches. And you want to be smart. All of us want to be smart with our money. We want to be smart with what we're collecting. And usually that means something's got to go, It
does?
Well, at least most of the time.
I'm sorry.
Because of space, that's right. Well, you're just young. You're just a young whippersnapper in this whole thing.
Hey! I had back surgery. I can identify as a 60-year-old. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go. But it's like at some point, we've all talked about it. We run out of space. We run out of whatever we're looking for. So I don't know.
I still have a spot for Deja Thoris.
Yeah. Well, I think she looks really great right there behind you.
She looks great right there, but she can't. She can't stay there forever. She needs a home.
You'll figure it out, Jeff. You always do. And I think Linda Carter would look good in the sanctuary. I think it would look good. And you like Linda Carter, so it works out.
I do.
I have to give a shout out here to Barbie Bishop. He says, I have the Godzilla Kong diorama on pre-order.
Woo!
Holy moly. Let me just say that first. Yeah, I was going to say, you have officially beat the Wonder Woman on horse from Prime One Studio, which is insane. And Barbie, you have to review it for us here on the channel. You have to, if you actually do get it in, God bless you. That thing is insane. Congratulations. I think that's the highest collectible, right? That's got to, I can't think, other than like a life-size statue, but that is an incredible piece.
Yeah, it is.
So, Barbie says, I'm charging for tickets on viewing.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. That's exactly right. Yeah, it's like, I want to see a review. I do too. I think that's awesome. So congratulations. That is insane.
That's awesome.
And Barbie says, I need an intervention. So yes, yeah, that's for sure. All right, so we haven't heard from Jeff Morris. I'll put you on the bubble here. Anything you saw that you might want? Obviously, I bet you probably want all of those Iron Man.
That would be really nice. I would love to have one. I'd love to have one of those half scale.
Which one would you get?
That's really probably the 85.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or the Mark 7. It's iconic.
Yeah. Yep. They're both so good.
Both of those are iconic.
Yeah.
I like the extra lights on the 85.
You would look great with that. And you said Linda Carter?
Yeah. I don't know. I kept hoping that somebody would have a video.
Well, hopefully we'll have one up here in the next day or so. I'm hoping. So stay tuned.
It's still kind of hard.
It is, but like we said, that the one that Prime One put out, or K.A. Kim, she looked even better there. I think
that looked and really crazy.
Like Delaney said, there's a good chance that they're going to improve that face.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And something like that for that character. I remember watching it when it was on TV as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Crap is few and far between.
Yeah.
Tweeterhead did those couple statues, and that's been it.
Yep.
Yeah, some bad action figures.
I said in the group that's like, she doesn't come around that often.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna see her ever again after this. Maybe.
This might be the best one you're gonna ever get if you like that scale.
Christopher Reeves and Superman. Christopher Reeves will always be Superman.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I need a bionic woman.
There you go. That'd be cool. I want a Keaton 89. Keaton 89. Come on, everybody. We need it.
But Sideshow did that, right? Going down the stairs.
They did. But I want something even better.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Yeah, bigger. 1/3 scale bust of life size. Come on. I don't know. I would love to see that. I really want a Nicholson. I want a Penguin. I want a Michelle Pfeiffer. All that. So, and we're getting that one for Tweeterhead. So I'm really excited. Dark Ranger 7 says, so what's the next big show in the works, internationally or local? I would imagine Sideshow Con is probably the next one that's going to reveal statues. Because Prime 1's done theirs. XM's kind of done theirs with their 87 days of goodness.
Yeah.
Which now it's finally done.
Their calendar's booked for the next decade.
Yes. Queen Studios, obviously a big giant splash this weekend. So it's Sideshow's turn.
Eric, isn't New York happening?
Yeah. So I thought tickets went on sale last week. It was just for the fan verification. So tickets go on sale July 11th or 18th. So I plan to be there as long as I can get tickets. So yeah, New York Comic Con's happening at half capacity.
And when's the
So what'd you say? Sorry about that, Jeff.
when is the show?
It's usually the first week of October. So it's usually like October 6th, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, around there somewhere.
So
Half capacity will still be crowded.
So it'll be crowded.
Yeah,
but
I'm actually happy it's going to be half capacity.
Yeah.
Because even half capacity is going to be crowded. So,
Yeah.
And Eric has volunteered to be our man in the field, so he's going to be bringing us all sorts of content for the channel, and just kind of our live play-by-play guy, and showing us kind of the sights and sounds of whatever's going on at that event. So I'm really excited for you, Eric.
Thank you. It'll be interesting to see who comes to the convention now. Are people going to fly out there? These companies, are they going to show up and showcase things? So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I feel like they're desperate now. I mean, like they've been on the shelf for a long time. I bet they're chomping at the bit to get their product out there.
Surely by then everything should be we hope it would be safer.
Yeah.
If Sideshow goes to Shanghai, they'll go to New York.
Yeah.
I don't know that
here's the thing, though.
It looks like the same stuff they showed the last couple of Wonder Fests or those things. It's a lot of sold out stuff.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case. I think that they have a chapter there, but I feel like they just put the same booth out just to kind of show what they do. But did you see anything that's been out in the last year at that display?
You mean Thanos on Throne's not a new statue?
Well, they have the Gamora. They have the old Guardians of the Galaxy Gamora.
Yeah.
They did have Scarecrow, but I mean, it's like older pieces, so it wasn't anything new.
Maybe they're going to introduce Star-Lord.
Yeah, they were supposed to do him. Yeah, they never made him. But I think that was just to show their presence at the show. But I don't know if I just don't ever feel like they have brand new stuff at that one.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do something now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have online Comic-Con, and we'll get to see Dr. Doom maquette probably. And they just finally revealed Storm. We waited forever for that. So there'll be some stuff in July.
I am 95% positive that we will see something Batman related at that show. Whether it's a new Batman piece or new Joker, or God, please let us have another villain.
And maybe another X-Men piece.
Another what?
X-Men piece.
Yeah, another X-Men piece. Yeah. I'm positive we will see something from Daniel Bell, because we really didn't see anything from him at their last showcase that they did, which was surprising. So I don't know. I really do think that we're going to – I feel like they need to bring it. There's been a lot of big competition. And I think that people really want to see something, really big showing wise from them.
Statues, actual statues, no logos, no banners, and the stuff that they showed last year, they had like a lot of filler. That's the only thing I know to say.
The one positive for Sideshow is they're still making pieces that aren't too large, to where all these companies are just like, let's just make these gigantic pieces. So that's the one thing they got going for them. There's people, are still buying them because, they make it to where you can actually fit it on your shelf.
Yeah, they're just in their lane.
I love Matt's comment here. Booth tours really help on deciding on what to purchase.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, there's a lot of people that turn to reviewers like myself for Jeff, and I don't know, I'm Jeff, I'm sure you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
People message me or comment. They're like, I bought this because of you.
Yeah.
This was not on my radar. I didn't buy it until you reviewed it.
Mm-hmm.
And that means the world to me. Pardon me,
Companies should do a booth tour of their own and post it.
Yeah.
I know.
If you're fortunate enough to go to these cons, you get to see it in person for yourself, and then decide if you want to order it as well. So.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
It does. And so, I mean, God bless Sideshow for doing the Sideshow cons, and it was what it was. But I'm really hoping they get back to true form and get back to what they were. You know, those San Diego Comic-Con booths were amazing back in the day. And so I'd love to see that from them.
Sideshow, if you're listening, I'd be happy to drive the 70 miles north and do a booth tour of your online Comic-Con.
Yep, that's right. And I will volunteer to fly out there and be with Jeff to do side-by-side. Let's do it. That'd be great. Represent the Rogues Gallery. That would be fantastic. We would love to represent Sideshow in that way. But because that's what we love. We love the product. We love to showcase these things and show people what you're going to be getting. That means a lot to us. So anyway, I think it's about time to wrap up the show tonight. Thank you guys so very much for checking out our live reaction show. I want to thank Jeff and Eric and Ashley for being here. I really appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know to be on the show tonight. And as always, thanks everybody in the chat. Anything else you guys want to say before we call it a night tonight?
Just that I was made aware yesterday that there is a Torpedo Con this year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't know if you guys knew about it. It's July 23rd to 25th, and Frank Miller and Jim Lee are scheduled to appear.
Yep.
Where's it at?
It isn't, Jeff, you know?
It's in Los Angeles. Is it the Palladium?
Believes it says, yes, it is at the Palladium. You are correct.
Yes, it's in Los Angeles. It's going to be very comic book centric. You're not going to see pops there. You're not going to see that kind of stuff. It's going to be comic book dealers, Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, that kind of stuff. Torpedo Comics has 2 stores, one in Las Vegas. The other one's in Orange, California, about 20 minutes from me. The owner is the drummer for a rock band. I can't remember the name.
Slipknot? Is it Slipknot?
No, it's System Down.
System of a Down. System of a Down.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. John is
good band.
Really cool guy. His name is John. They've got really good stuff, but most of the major dealers attend that show. It's normally a prelude to San Diego. Mm-hmm. So comic dealers have kind of lost their luster a little bit at San Diego because the convention has expanded beyond them to so many other things. So they do Torpedo first. It's usually the weekend before San Diego. So there's no physical San Diego convention, but they're still doing Torpedo. It's easy to get tickets. You can probably get them up until a couple of weeks for the show. And it's really fun if you're into vintage comics.
Man, I would love to meet Jim Lee.
Yeah.
That's a dream meet for me.
Fly on out, man.
I know.
You can sleep on the couch.
I know. It's gonna be a crazy summer for the BSC, but man, that would be fun. Well, thank you for bringing that up, Ashley. I appreciate that. Again, I hope everybody's well out there. Be good to each other. Thank you for checking out our show tonight. Really appreciate it. Lots of great content coming out on the channel this week. Again, stay tuned to, I think we're going to have probably quite a few booth tour videos coming up as soon as I get them in hand. Again, thank you to everybody that's going to be submitting those. Jeff, do you have anything coming out on your channel this week?
Not a damn thing.
All right, not a damn thing. All right, that's okay. It's after 10 o'clock. We can cuss a little bit now, I think. That's all right. Anyway, thank you guys very, very much. Again, smash that like button if you haven't done so. Please share this video if you enjoyed it. And just thank you guys for checking out our little random stream tonight. Really appreciate such a big crowd tonight showing up for this. So thank you. And we'll see you next time right here in the Bat Cave. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you guys.
Bye.